Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is somebody with a bit of an interesting story in that I actually met them on YouTube a couple of years ago, and we were both following some politically charged content. What Tommy Temper does on his channel more than anything else in between his own typical variety of content is he'll restream other creators with their permission and add commentary and then promote channels in that way. And he was doing that for me on my personal channel a couple of years ago, and then, through conversations found out about Tuber Chat, came to join us here, and he's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter in the Tuber Chat family ever since. On his channel, he likes to promote others and make sure that people connect when they have channels, although he's grown quite an audience, particularly for politically charged content. So, Tommy Temper is a fellow Canadian from Edmonton, Alberta. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Sometimes he heads outdoors for variety in content, showing us around his area. Sometimes he's chasing a few politically charged ideas or rallies. Shorts on his channel have gotten into almost 10,000 here, one over 12,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel are frequent, and this more than anything else is where he features other channels and restreams other creators in between a little more variety. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to Tommy Temper, and like I said, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Sooner, JH Travels, John, good to see you back. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for that super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. For that reason, I'm going to get your channel up next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters on the screen right away in order. We'll get around to spinning the wheel shortly. And I see we've got quite a list of channels already on the wheel. So Scratch and PPA, of course, is in the pole position like always. The Stock Explorer was also here. I was just about to see if Nora was still in the house. They were live today. We had quite a series of live streams that went on today between the Stock Explorer, who raided into Scratch and PPA's premiere, and then raided on into our beloved Hilda DC's birthday stream for today. And then, pardon me, Canadian Family Life, Chris's Creation Fun, a husband and wife combo with separate channels. Sweet Melissa's here. April Showers Network and our Georgia Suburban Homestead are both early in the door. Rushing Wind Mountain and Tales Told in the Dark are here just about every single day. And I will add more names to the wheel as we see them in the chat. We always put members on the wheel right away. But I also noticed that Chef Mama Bliss, who's one of our longest standing official members, is dropping a super chat. So for that reason, their channel will go up right after Sooner JH Travels, which is a brand new channel for us. And then the Stock Explorer is gifting a membership. So thank you for that. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. Nora's done that kind of thing countless times before. We'll put their channel up right after Chef Mama Bliss. And as you can see, she's a silver member. Chef Mama Bliss is one of our longest standing members, and we see her channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, whether or not she's here, even though she's here with us frequently. P&J's Homestead Adventure just picked up that gifted membership, so I'll get them onto the wheel right away. Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is also in the house. I'll get them on the wheel. And it's me, Alec. Good to see you here. Rock Chick Beauty, I think, was live yesterday. Am I right about that? I just caught Rock Chick Beauty again, or thought I did. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is a longtime dear friend. I had a good time looking at their last manifestation box video. More than just jewelry, a lot of positive affirmations in there. M&J is saying hello to High Rushing Wind Mountain. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Joey's Vlogs is here. And then Wayne's World Unlimited is also in the house. And I'm just scanning the chat. Like I said, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Wheats Art is in the house. I almost did miss you there. I'm going to put you on the wheel right away. Again, they happen to be a member. One of our newest, as a matter of fact. We've got a couple of channels to go through, and then we'll start spinning the wheel. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to everyone. I want to see what Wayne's World Unlimited just said, because some neat news, local reporter got in contact. That's really cool. That's really, really cool, actually, yes. And luckily, I've been around long enough to have seen a few stories like that where people have gained a bit of traction because of that kind of thing, if that makes sense. And then, yes, our Georgia Suburban Homestead. Hopefully you're recovering well. Heart surgery obviously is no joke. But I remember that being mentioned. But it's great to have you in the chat, and I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody can be here every day. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And of course, Wheat's Art is making me laugh in the chat. I used to think that lasagna was my favorite food, like my whole life, until I started to realize I've had a lot more pizza than I have lasagna in my life. So I think pizza has to take the cake there. But lasagna is what I choose a lot of the time. Literally, I've crossed the border to go to Olive Garden just to have lasagna. Big Family Expedition, good to see you in the house. Sooner JH Travels is a brand new channel in the chat. This is the first time we're putting them on the screen. They're working on 1,800 subscribers. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos. I'm always looking for something much longer than 3 minutes, so I'll take your Fort Towson, Oklahoma, if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm going to put that video into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I will leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And thank you everybody for your patience today too. I know I put the stream scheduled as extremely late. My work season has started. I actually got some sun today. Pardon me, and I can't be sure of start times. In past years, we haven't done weekday live streams, but I'm going to try to keep up the schedule of once every other day or pretty close to it. So, today we had it set really late, and then I just hopped on right after 9 on a day that we're intending to stream. It shouldn't be much later than 9 at all, and I'll try never to cancel them unless I have to, but I might start doing these live streams as pop-ups, as a matter of fact, instead of scheduling them out. So you have to be on the lookout for that. And yes, we've got all the condiments in the house. Why does nobody ever talk about salsa? I'm in Canada. We don't talk about it at all. But my understanding, from Seinfeld at least, is that salsa might be even more popular than mustard or relish. Chef Mama Bliss is in the house. And like I said, this is a creator who's one of our longest standing members. Not only are they a professional chef, they are CFO of A Pinch of Bliss Catering, but also, Bliss Catering Academy. So they teach and generously share what they know. You see delicious looking content on this channel. This is what this channel's been known for the 3.5, almost 4 years that they've been with us. And then shorts videos on this channel have started to move into 400 views and beyond. And then live streams are something they've experimented with. We'll keep an eye on the channel. We've always got our notification bell on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. So thank you, Chef Mama Bliss, for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And oh, where did our friend go there? I've got to learn the name of the channel. See if I can catch it. Yes, Sooner JH Travels. John, thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And next up, because they gifted a membership, is going to be the Stock Explorer. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Ace Flaw 1, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I got to reach out to Andy. I got to make a note. I thought I did that the other day, but sometimes I make notes and then I don't look at them after. Matthews Bushcraft, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Yes, Nora is on the wheel right now. They were actually live earlier today. The Stock Explorer has really expanded the content on the channel, especially over the last year. Typically, they talk to us about stocks more than anything else, sometimes a little bit of crypto, but they often have product in hand. I've seen this creator go as far as to invest in a stock, order a product from the company, and then unbox it on a live stream, which I thought was really cool. The Stock Explorer often has charts and graphs for us to see, but sometimes it's friendly conversation with other creators in StreamYard panels and things like that. We'll look at that on their live stream page. I've actually joined them on their channel for a 2-hour conversation about YouTube. Sometimes it's friendly conversation. Sometimes they're talking stocks and financial information. But lately, what they've been doing for a long time now is a lot of lottery ticket scratching. It's a huge genre and category on YouTube, and they've been doing a lot of scratch battles with other creators. So collaborating is a huge, easy way to start growing your channel and getting spurts and bursts of subscribers, if that makes sense. Stock Explorer is live frequently. They mix up their days and times as well. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 3,800 views, one over 10,000, and this is where the Stock Explorer brings pure variety. So they got variety sprinkled throughout the channel, but shorts really give us an idea of the diverse content that they've got. And then when we get back to the front page, we'll notice they've got a second channel called Tropical Buzz. This is where they want to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. They happen to be in Florida. They've got quite a few videos on the channel already, some shorts that have started to move into almost 700 views, in the channels beyond the halfway mark towards 300 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can get them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And thank you again, Tropical Buzz and the Stock Explorer, for that gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Team Stream is in the house. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. That's a brand new channel, but I think I know who that is. It looks like a longtime friend, as a matter of fact. And if I'm right, he's got a handful of different channels, actually. And then I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I did see Duchess of Darkness come in. They're a member, so I'm going to put them on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Let's spin the wheel. And Team Stream, let me know if that's you. That's a friend who's been with us since long before Tuber Chat was even a thought, as a matter of fact. And if I'm right, who am I? If I'm right, they've got what I think is like 8 channels now, or maybe more. I usually show 2 or 3 of them when they're here. But it's my good friend Kid, I'm sure. I'll let you verify that. Emotion New Soul, good to see you in the house. He's here as a member and a moderator, so I'm going to get him onto the wheel right away. He'll take April Showers Network's place there. And every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They have been for a long time. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you will meet more friends and family members for your own channel. The same way we do here. Leotica Lofton, good to see you in the house. Pamski's Crafty Heart. I'm going to put them onto the wheel right now. They happen to be a member. Kid Wonder, I've got you on the wheel. We'll look at a couple of their channels when we get them up here. That's Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder. He's now with Rosie and has been naming the channels Kid Wonder and Rosie's Life of Wonder, Kid Wonder and Rosie's Gaming and Live Stream, and they've got a couple others. Alicia Nicole, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Charlene Heel is a longtime dear friend. John123, it's good to have you back as well. I'll get them onto the wheel because, again, they happen to be a member also. We're going to talk about April Showers Network. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And William Burning the Tires, good to see you here, as well as Mama 4 Boys, another longtime friend with delicious looking content on their channel. Thank you, Emotion New Soul. That's a talented singer, songwriter, producer, and performer. He's here as a member and a moderator, but he's also dropping a super chat. So we'll look at his channel next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. We always put super chatters and membership gifters on the screen right away in order before we start spinning the wheel. April Showers Network talks about a lot of newsworthy, controversial content, as well as they give us some outdoor content showing us around their area or taking us on a vacation. I'm just going to grab the latest video they put up. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to get caught up with them. Playlists can be a great tool for that. And then shorts on April Showers Network have gotten into well over 5,000 views, one over 21,000. And then live streams on the channel are also frequent. They've got one coming up later tonight, actually. We'll still be on, but we know that they're going live in about an hour and a half. So there'll be fresh content on their channel after Trooper Chat today. Pardon me while my allergies are on me like always. And then, Just Chasing Keto and More, my dear friend. He's only a couple hours away from me as a fellow Canadian. I'm going to get him on the wheel because he happens to be a member. And I'm going to get Emotion New Soul ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. What we're looking at right now is a talented singer, songwriter, producer, performer, member, and moderator here in the Tuber Chat family. He's got a brand new video coming up as well. Premiere that's going to be dropping in about half an hour. So we know there'll be fresh content on his channel as well. Emotion New Soul is an official artist channel, and he's well over 4,000 subscribers now. So you know I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have already been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of, let's say, 3,000 and beyond. It seems to be a pretty telling marker when a channel gets around 3,000. I fully expect 99% of those to get to 10,000 if they want to. When we look at videos, we usually see Emotion's original works in the form of music videos. Sometimes he brings us reactions and rounds out the channel with some shorts here that have gotten into 1,400 and 1,600 views. Live streams are common on the channel, where he brings us compilations or performances, as a matter of fact, as Tiny Desk concerts. So like I said, he happens to be monetized, and then he's got a second channel for us to see as well. Writing with Emotion New Soul, and this is where we get a closer look at how the music is made, as well as the man behind the music. He brings us some karaoke. He brings us a little more music in the form of compilations. He might go live on the channel occasionally, and then he's got shorts over here as well, getting close to 1,000 views. Live streams on the channel have happened a few times. We'll keep our notification bell on and see if he's going to continue those in the near future. So I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. But thank you, Emotion New Soul, for another super chat. He's done that kind of thing countless times before. And what we're going to do right now is take our first break for about 3.5 minutes. But right before we do that, I'm going to play for you a clip from a brand new video series that's coming to the Superchat channel in just over a week from now, about a week and a half. And what this is, for lack of a better term, a podcast series where I've interviewed a bunch of creators who have been with the TuberChat family for several years and have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views. And people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you're a master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube. Could be a tag change.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part. Because like, if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, oh, I can just look at a plane, or oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
Contrast of like titles and tags.
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we've went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like that what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video.
Okay.
We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like, a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. And I know people are probably going, no, it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great. But we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice. Alright, we're back and we're going to look at Just Jason, Keto, and more. Leonica Lofton dropped a super chat while we were in that break, so we'll look at their channel next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away, and then we spin the wheel afterwards. In another 20 minutes or so, I'll add another name to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. So I hope everybody enjoys those clips that we've been playing for the last few weeks now in the Tuber Chat live streams. Those are small clips, only a few minutes each, out of conversations that actually went on for well over an hour, sometimes closer to 2 hours. The first 3 episodes have been recorded. I expect to record the 4th and possibly 5th episode within the next week or two. So we're going to have lots of informative content from creators who've been in the Tuber Chat family and have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. Don Aaron, Loving Hands Creations, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming into the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. When we look at Just Jason, Keto, and More's channel on the screen right now, we see somebody who wants to help us with healthy eating and healthy living, particularly when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. You'll notice his new branding. He's got this kind of stuff for his merchandise as well. These Chaffle characters are pretty fun because he's been doing a lot of Chaffle recipes lately. He's got lots of other recipes on the channel. They're all easy to follow, only a few ingredients, and these can make a healthy part of a meal or an alternative to another type of snack. He also does a lot of product reviews on his channel, so he can help us make sense of a lot of the ingredients that are marketed on the products that are marketed towards a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's got a lot of help on the channel because he's got a lot of guests. They join him both for videos and live streams, and they share their life experiences, their tips and tricks when it comes to the idea of sticking to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And then he also has got some shorts on the channel in amongst a little bit more variety. Now the shorts give us a bit of a hint with healthy looking grilling shorts here doing really well, getting into 5,000, 6,000 views, one over 22,000 which I've seen. And then live streams on the channel postponed. I almost feel like that was put there for me. Just Jason, Keto, and More has a weekly live stream that comes up every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, and a new monthly live stream that is planned now to be dropping once a month, bringing us a multicam cook-along like he did a few weeks ago, and he cooked a couple of different things, as a matter of fact. He broke out that new GoPro 12, I think. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason, Keto, and More. He's got a vibrant community that wants to also inspire and motivate. So when we have questions and comments in his live streams, Jason is always up with the chat, and his guests or other community members in the chat will reach out with motivation and inspiration, if that makes sense. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason, Keto, and More. We'd love to push him towards the 2,600 subscribers we know that he's thinking about. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So as well, Globies Travels in the house, and just a few moments ago, Don Aaron, Loving Hands Creations, dropped another super chat. So thank you for those. Leonica Lofton is coming up for that reason right this second, actually, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. So for that reason, we put those channels up on the screen right away. We'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment, and I'll get another name from our chat list onto the wheel in another 10 or 15 minutes there. Todd Projects, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. So when we look at Leonica Lofton, this is somebody who's brand new to Tuber Chat as well. We've just seen their channel once or twice so far. 732 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 800 that they're thinking about, and they're bringing us gaming reviews, online shopping, and more, a bit of inspiration, entertainment, and a lot of fun they promise us. So when we look at videos, they've just got a few here, but I'm going to take the third one that I haven't seen yet. I'll put that in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. And then when we look at shorts videos on the channel, we see one of these has got over 700 views, which is great. And then when we get into live streams, we see they've done a couple of these already. So we'll be looking forward to more of those. I got the notification bell on for every channel. Of course, Michael Marone, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So I just had a look, Michael Marone in the background there. I wonder if that's somebody who's a supporter, more so than a creator, or if you have a channel or are intending on adding content to a channel. And then forgive me if I'm mistaken and already know who that is. Don Aaron, Loving Hands Creations, is up on the screen for what I think is the first time. I thought we saw this channel the other day, but I could be mistaken, and I may not have already gone through my watch later list from the other day. So yeah, Sooner JH Travels, I did have a video queued up, and Alicia Nicole, I've got one there as well. So when I bring the channels up, it'll look like I haven't subscribed yet. I haven't yet, but I will. And I've still got those videos in queue ready to go. But Don Aaron, Loving Hands Creations, I guess I'm wrong. We're seeing this channel for the first time. But the first video that I see is from a longtime friend of Superchat, as a matter of fact, Freehandly Made AU. So it's great to see a little bit of a collaboration going on here. It looks like they won something on Freehandly Made AU's channel. I'm going to put them, that video in my catch-up list. That'll give me, or pardon me, my watch later playlist. That will give me a chance to watch that later, and after the stream I'll go through that watch later list. I'll make sure that I get it done before the next stream, which will be on Thursday night now, and I will watch the video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week, but we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Skinner Farms, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Bella Whisper Bella's Whisper Farms is coming up in Bella's Whisper Farmstead is coming up in a second here. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. When we look at Bella's Whisper Farmstead, this is Kristen in the chat. 754 subscribers now, getting closer to 800. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. They got involved already in the Garden Tour Club. That was a collaboration that was hosted by our dear friend Gail Southern Living. She does a great job of getting a lot of creators together for collaborations, but it's great to see Bella's Whisper Farmstead taking part in something like that, because collaborations of any type are a great way to get your channel moving with lots of subscribers. This creator brings us mostly outdoor content. We see they're bringing us some tips and tricks there. Barn dominium is something that they're building, so once in a while we get some indoor content as well. Bella's Whisper Farmstead's here with us just about every day, and always towards the top of the list for activity in the chat. They've been doing some live streams. We'll see that in a second, but they've got some shorts here that have gotten into 2,600, 3,100 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. Like I said, they've done these a few times now. They've been doing them fairly frequently, almost once a week, so hopefully I'll catch you for another one. And I've got that notification bell on again for every single channel, of course. And then let's think about spinning the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @ mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I know Home Bartending with John is in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now. And we're just about to look at Kid Wonder and Rosie's Life of Wonder. So this channel's changed names a couple of times, but Kid Wonder has been a longtime friend. He's been with me for what's getting on about 4.5 years now, actually. One of the first creators that I was introduced to in the small YouTuber community after I'd already been on YouTube for a couple of years. And Kid Wonder was so supportive to me and to us in the beginnings of Tuber Chat that he was the first creator selected out of the Tuber Chat family to be featured on episode number 2. He's had his other channels featured several times now. But Kid Wonder and Rosie's Life of Wonder, of course, brings us pure variety, a lot of chance to hang out and get to know them. They could be outdoors, could be indoors, could be playing games, could be doing reviews. They got some shorts on the channel that have gotten into 2,900 views and beyond. Of course, they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Sometimes they're giving us a chance to hang out and get to know them in a live stream. Sometimes they're gaming. And when I show you another channel that they've got, you'll see Kid Wonder and Rosie's Gaming and Live Stream. And I actually collaborated with Kid Wonder on this channel once, playing a game that you see commonly on his channel, this 8-ball pool game. It was something I was playing on my phone for years, and then when I saw that he was playing it, I joked for a while about collaborating, and one night I caught him just after he started a stream, so I hopped on there and we played for about an hour. But Kid Wonder and Rosie's Gaming Live Stream, they mix up a lot of different titles over here, both mobile and otherwise, and then as you can see, they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get over there. Feathered Friends Homestead, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then when we look at this creator, Kid Wonder presents the Mukbang Show. He's got quite a few channels now. He's been through many channels, and Rosie, as a matter of fact, happens to be a gold member right now. The Mukbang Show with Kid Wonder is a channel. We'll see if he's going to keep these up. He did a lot of reviews here, mukbang style taste tests, and then a couple of live streams over here. And I'll show you one more channel, Rosie Wren, the Queen of YT Forever. And this is Rosie from Kid Wonder and Rosie. So they might be live right now, as a matter of fact. Yes, they got a live stream going on right this second. Rosie brings pure variety. I'm just going to take the latest video, put that in my catch-up list right now. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go in another moment here, and we'll see what's happening with Rushing Wind Mountain. Sometimes in the chat here you see us refer to somebody by the name of Ruby, and this is who we're talking about. From the Pacific Northwest, Rushing Wind Mountain is going to bring us nature and wildlife videos, a lot of pleasing visuals, a lot of pleasing audio to go along with a lot of the content here, and some humorous moments if we go through some of the shorts. That's where the wildlife seems to really shine on this channel. I see they got a brand new video from a couple days ago. I'll put that in my catch-up list. Actually, it's already there. Forgive me. I have gone through half of the catch-up list from the other day. I haven't quite caught up with everybody, which is the point of the playlist. Ms. Kibbs, Bling, Bar, and more. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Six Bows is back as a long time friend. I think she's been with us about 3 years as well. I could be wrong. Fro14, good to see you in the house. And Rushing Wind Mountain as well has started experimenting with some live streams. both in vertical or portrait format, or landscape and horizontal. So we'll keep an eye on the channel, see what they're going to do with those. But they got some shorts over here that have really started to move into 11,000, even 15,000 views and beyond. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. They're another channel that literally seems to be everywhere all the time, and they're here in Tuber Chat frequently as well. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. It is just about time for us to take another break, but this one's going to be a bit shorter. I'm going to wipe out the wheel from all the names that are on there that may not be in the chat with us right now, and I'm going to add one name to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. So right now, when I look in the background at my list, I see Big Family Expedition will be added to the wheel in a moment, and Tales Told in the Dark is coming right up. All right, we're back looking at Tales Told in the Dark. Pansky's Crafty Heart. When I clear the wheel, it's only meant to clear out any names for members that might have been here but are not able to stay a long period of time, just so that it speeds things up, right? It prevents a couple people from, let's say, coming in just to get on the wheel and then not hanging out. I'd like to think that's, only ever done to a minimum, but, how can we ever know, right? The fairest thing I can do to try to cap these streams at 3 hours is to do something like that. Everybody's heard that for a long, long time now. So all of our members know, and nobody seems to be upset by it. So I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we stream. But it lets us get a few more channels onto the wheel a little bit earlier than we otherwise might have. So Big Family Expedition has been added. And Scratch and PPA is back in the pole position there. Now, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Trucker John, good to see you here. John123, I'm going to put you back on the wheel. I wasn't sure if you're still here. But I'll get you on there. And for any of our members, the key is just simply to be active in the chat. And then I'll make sure you get re-added if I happen to take you off and you're here or anything like that. Sometimes we got friends that are listening and lurking. Thank you, Chef Mama Bliss, especially for the overly generous support again today. Chef Mama Bliss is one of our longest standing silver members. Home Bartending with John, I put you on the wheel a while ago. Backyard Truckers on there as well. I caught them for a live stream the other day. Tales Told in the Dark is another longtime friend. This is somebody who's been with us for almost 4 years. Cassie, the creator behind this channel, comes to us from Oracles and Beyond. When you hear this creator's voice, lately I've been saying I wouldn't be surprised if they were a potential voice actress, because this creator has a warm, inviting voice. You'll find that as soon as you hear them either reading or narrating on their channel. But they always give a warm welcome to everyone as well. I've caught them, dozens of times for live streams where they've been doing some tarot readings on their original channel. Just take their latest video. I've got that in my catch-up list again. I just didn't finish going through that. Usually I watch videos as long as I can and then run the rest. I must have paused it or stopped it. But I'll get through that before the next live stream on Thursday. Shorts on this channel bring a little bit more variety, but they've gotten into 4,600, 5,200 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, a few Oracle readings are what have been going on lately. But this creator might also be joined on panel with a system like StreamYard there. So hopefully everybody will connect to Tales Told in the Dark. They're already at 1,800 subscribers. We'd love to see them move a little bit closer to 1,900. We know they must be thinking about it. I will spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And Calico Panthers Catch a Deal is a longtime friend. Sister Winnie never forgets the thumbs up. Thank you for coming in. And then, yeah, it's possible, Todd Projects. I've got my chat way too tight here in Superchat. And for anybody that wonders about some of the tools you can use to kind of help your live streams and chat and things, if you do a Google search for YouTube banned words list, I wouldn't recommend reading it. It's got some horrifying stuff in there, of course, the kind of things we never want anybody saying in our live chats. But there are a couple of simple words that have been taken out, and I've added a few like subscribed and subscribers and stuff like that. Please don't try to say those in the chat and things like that. But it's probably too much, and I could loosen it up a little bit, but it's served us well over the years, so we're not doing too badly right now. If you have like a single message that doesn't come through the chat, the best thing either on this channel or any other is just try rewording it once or twice to see if it comes through. If it doesn't and you're certain that people cannot see you, it may not be that you're banned on the channel. It could be a common glitch. I would restart your device and browsers or YouTube app or anything like that. It shouldn't help in 2024, but it does a lot of the time. And if not, you can reach out to a creator or a moderator on any channel. You can usually find them on other social networks like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and everything else. So in a second, we're going to talk about Globee's travels. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. everybody will be willing to connect. So please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So the next channel that we're looking at is Globies Travels, and this is another creator that brings us a lot of travel content. Some are close to their own area and some are when they take off far away, but they bring us a mix of both. I see they've got a new video from a couple days ago. I'm going to check, and I've got to put that into that catch-up playlist that I keep talking about, that I use to keep caught up with creators. And Globies Travels is now working on 400 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then when we look at shorts on this channel, we see that this creator also has brought a few of these to us. This is really interesting because the thumbnail on this looks similar to another live stream that we've seen. I know this is a wing out of an airplane, but it's similar colors to a helicopter that we see in Emotion New Souls, one of his shorts videos. Some of these have done really well. 3,700, 6,900, 12,000. Which is great to see. And when we dig through the videos and go through some of these thumbnails, you get an idea of the different types of places that they're showing us. So hopefully everybody will connect with Globies Travels from Memphis, Tennessee. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And P&J's Homestead Adventure is coming up right now, and I see that Marketplace Boutique has come in. I saw her again on, I clicked on Backyard Truckers, I think it was yesterday, and they were on together, but I don't think it was a dual live stream at the time. I think Jody just hopped in on that one. And then Alicia Nicole, it seems like it, but it's only because it's similar. I had to do a double take on that, and I recognized it as soon as I saw it. The only reason I recognized that as well, I'm not sure where the helicopter is from. I got to look at it again, from Emotion New Soul, Writing with Emotion New Soul. But for Valentine's Day a few years ago, my girlfriend Kristen Welton took me on a helicopter tour. It's very, very quick. It's only a few minutes long because it's a Valentine's Day thing, but we went in a helicopter. I love helicopters. I don't know anything about them, barely anything, but I do love them. And so it was my first helicopter ride. But the look of the helicopter reminds me of the thumbnail that I see from Emotion New Soul there. And then the other one just had similar colors on the wing of that airplane. So it's, you know, playing with my mind a little bit there. I try to learn as much as I can about channels over time and then eventually remember, and hopefully you hear the stories get better and better over time. But I've been mistaken many times. I think I mistook a channel completely. I started like rhyming off an entire speech about a channel, realizing I was talking about the wrong one after, and I felt terrible about that. I never want to do that. Oh, I see. 2 different locations, Backyard Trucker says. When we talk about swapping playlists, Trucker John, thank you for asking. It's a simple arrangement where you're willing to, you're agreeing to run a playlist of videos for another creator, and they're agreeing to run a playlist of your videos. So it's very simple. I don't facilitate or interfere. Everybody could just do that wherever you want. You can make the arrangements here or on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or Twitter or wherever. So you can imagine that by getting a lot of different creators to run an entire playlist of your videos, your watch hours are really going to stack up pretty quick. And it's an easy arrangement because you're only agreeing to run the playlist, right? Some creators have playlists that run hours long, so you don't necessarily have to sit and watch every single second, although anytime you can watch and especially comment and thumbs up will help even more so. But we talk about it here because there's a couple of extra benefits, even for monetized channels, actually. And those are that when you're trading favors with another creator in any way, you'll likely find yourself favoring them and being favored by them. That means that now that they're a friend who you've collaborated with, if you want to call it that, they will be there to support most of what you come up with moving forward, even years into the future. So that's a big benefit. You can imagine your watch hours are going to grow exponentially then, as well as the idea that when somebody runs an entire playlist of your videos, they're running every single video from beginning to end, and that can bump up the averages on your channel for retention, or average time viewed per video, if that makes sense. So this is why I push it so much here in Superchat. It's just an idea that I was shown and taught 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was, and so we talk about it all the time here. But it's just a value add. It's just something everybody can do because I know it's so beneficial. You know, with full transparency, the whole idea behind what we're doing here is to build friendships between creators. I'm just here to talk for 3 hours while everybody does this. Putting channels on the screen is the best idea we've got. I know everybody likes it, but it gives me a chance to get to know the channels as well. So we're going to talk about P&J's Homestead Adventure in a second. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So P&J's Homestead Adventure is going to bring us some more homesteading content. We had this influx of homesteading channels start coming in about 3 years ago, and it continues to flourish today. A lot of these creators, I group some different categories together, like farming and ranching and gardening, and sometimes even hiking and camping and fishing and things like that because of all the outdoor content. But these creators seem to have a similar generosity, wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other. And so P&J's Homestead Adventure, this is going to be an interesting video to watch. They've got a collaboration video from Mountain Grandma here. I'm just going to take their latest one, put it in my catch-up list, some healthy snacks, which is a great idea. I'd love to get into more of that stuff instead of what I typically find myself snacking on all the time. P&J's Homestead Adventure posts frequently, as you can see, at least once a week. They bring a lot of outdoor content as well, a little bit of indoor content to go along with it. They bring us all 4 seasons on their channel, and that's beautiful when we think about outdoor content. When we look at shorts on the channel, we see that these have gotten into 2,200, 2,500 views and beyond, and then live streams as well. So they did their very first live fire and chat. I'm sorry that I missed that one 2 weeks ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for the next one. I've got notification bells on for every channel, of course. And then they're working on 700 subscribers on this channel. They're here with us every day. I see P&J's Homestead Adventure out supporting other creators of all types all the time as well. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So Todd Projects, yeah, it can be overwhelming. You know, YouTube, I'm sure everybody in the chat will agree that it's more work than we thought it was going to be before we started. That goes for everyone, regardless of whether we have one channel or more than that. But, you know, different creators around the world come from different lifestyles and things like that. I'm lucky enough to work full-time, so I struggle trying to keep up with everything that I got to do. My personal channel's behind all the time. Here in Tuberchat, we have to mix up the days and times. That's the biggest reason why. But as long as everybody's doing as much as they can, their channels will be fine, more than likely. That goes for almost every case. And then as long as everybody's doing as much as they can for each other, regardless of how much that is. Some creators are able to be around more often than others. Some creators are able to support in different ways than others. And everything helps. But the more we do for each other, I promise you, everybody will be fine. You hear that in the stories that I tell all the time. And I'm sure I can speak for everybody when I say that everybody will appreciate any amount of help and support at all, regardless of how much. You know, sometimes we're lucky enough to do a live stream and have somebody in there with us for 3 hours. Sometimes we have somebody that comes by really quickly or afterwards on a replay and says, hey, I'm just here to give a thumbs up. But it all matters very, very much, right? Izzy Scott Designs, good to see you in the house. Lisa J. Stocks, I've got you on the wheel. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming into the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So Sweet Melissa lets us know that they are a part of several product review and product testing websites and programs. And what they do is they bring those products onto their YouTube channel, typical unboxing and review videos for us to see. The products range all different types. They literally did paper towel the other day. I see they got a couple of new ones here. I'm going to put one of these in my catch-up playlist there. Some winning, actually, so they got some stuff from possibly another channel. Beauty and bath products, snacks over here, all kinds of different stuff. So there's always something new to see on Sweet Melissa's channel. And this is a creator that right away was over the top supportive here in the Tuber Chat family as soon as they found us just a couple of months ago, actually. I think Sweet Melissa might have been with us for about 3 months now. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. 164 subscribers. We'd love to push this channel towards the 200 we know they're thinking about. They got some shorts over here as well. Some of these have gotten into now 2,000 and one over 7,000 views, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Sweet Melissa. And like I said, they're here with us just about every day. And then we will spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go in another moment here. And we'll see what's happening with Backyard Trucker. So I caught them the other day. They let us know they're just a simple guy putting anything and everything online for us to see. They've had a bit of success already with a couple of different things. So Backyard Trucker obviously is driving truck. And they have got a couple of do-it-yourself videos here. So there, it comes up right away for me, right? I'm just going to grab one of these and put it into that playlist I keep talking about. But this creator will do a bit of repair on their vehicle. And then they've had some success in their shorts videos with dash cam footage, actually. I said they got a premiere coming up tomorrow, so I've got my notification on for that. Shorts have gotten into 10,000 and 12,000 views, but you see what I mean. They got a few different things here, but some of that dash cam footage has done really well for them. And then live streams. So sometimes they're on their own, and then sometimes they've got a guest. Marketplace Boutiques collaborated with them a few times, and then they're working on 400 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Backyard Truckers here with us frequently as well. As a matter of fact, every day lately. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go in another moment here. It looks like it's going to be a creator that I recognize as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. Scratch and PPA dropped a premiere today. He does that every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern for over 3 years now. He brings us an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching where he pits 2 tickets against each other and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets a series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. Scratch and PPA, as well as long past his 2,000 subscribers. He's getting pretty close to 2,100 already. If you can catch him for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer, Garden State Gardener, and a couple of others. It's very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. You'll notice that Scratch and Pete PA as well has got presentation at the forefront of his mind. His bright, bold avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails, which also give us a hint about the giveaways that take place. There's sweet Melissa right there. The giveaways that take place in his video series. And then his banners updated every single week, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video. And that's now getting much closer to 4 years ago. Jonathan Sturgill, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. When we look at Scratch and Pete PA's channel, we also noticed that he expanded the content this year into a live stream when he took a trip to Italy and brought us around some of the area he was visiting, as well as a lot of vlogging style shorts that gave us a better look at a lot of the different things he did while he was there, and some Italian lottery tickets that we otherwise might not have seen. And then Scratch and Pete PA, of course, I recognize, like I said, as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. If you can believe that out of 716 live streams, he's been here for about 680 of them, or something like that. If you can imagine, it seems funny for me even to just say it. So all I can do is shake my head and thank God every day and wonder why we are so blessed to have Scratch and Pete PA that we can call a friend, but also the support that he gives to everyone. Now, every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things that they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, and for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel in the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. As well, pardon me, Feathered Friends Homestead, I think I said hello, and Mr. Fulton Miraz is another longtime friend of over 4 years. Izzy Scott Designs is gifting a membership. Jonathan Sturgill will be happy to have that. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. Pardon me, my voice is... pardon me, my voice is playing games with me right this second. It's because I got a fan blowing in my face. My office, we got to take a vote around here and hopefully get the temperature dropped a couple of degrees. It's always a little bit uncomfortable for me, so I got fans going everywhere. It'd be cheaper for them just to lower the air conditioning by a degree or two. But I'll whine and complain to them about that. And Izzy Scott Designs will come up in a moment. Oh, pardon me. Marketplace Boutique is going to come up. What we're going to do right now is take a break. And right before we take about 3.5 minutes for that, what we're going to do is play another clip from that interview series that's coming up in another week and a half. These are part of a podcast series, very informative content, conversations that have gone on longer than an hour, some closer to 2 hours. All of the creators that I interviewed have been longtime friends of myself and those of us here in the Tuber Chat family, literally for years, and then all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, I don't know, 24 emojis available. and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge, and it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100 because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Midjourney. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right. Yeah.
And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea, so much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Tuber Chat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. And then you see a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member. $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this. All right, we're back and about to look at Marketplace Boutique. I see that the Adventures of Kenny and Debbie is in the house. Good to see you here. They're longtime friends as well. And Marketplace Boutique is getting very close to 1,000 subscribers. It's a very exciting and important milestone in all of our YouTube journeys, and they're literally less than 30 subscribers away. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit closer today. Marketplace Boutique is incredibly supportive, so much so that I've been pleasantly surprised by Jody, the creator behind this channel, because when I'm out trying to bounce between premieres and live streams myself and support different creators, I've been surprised at some of the different places where I've run into Marketplace Boutique, and that just tells me that they're really working the system that we're using here to get to know creators regardless of niche or category, and truly supporting all kinds of different channels. So Marketplace Boutique, I'm just going to grab their latest video. They put one out today. They also did a live stream. I thought that was yesterday. I forget which day that was. We'll look at that in a second. What Jody wants to do on this channel is help us learn about buying and selling, particularly on platforms like eBay. And one of the tricks she does frequently is we'll buy a collection of different things, split it up and sell things individually. Now, listing and shipping and things like that are easy tasks to learn and to do on platforms like eBay. Marketplace Boutique will help with that, but the magic comes in finding the right things to buy and sell. And she's been doing e-commerce since 1998. You can read about her story on her About page. She's got pure variety in the shorts videos on the channel. These have gotten into 12,000, 14,000, even 19,000 and beyond. Then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator is streaming frequently. Oh, and I can't for the life of me. Oh, yes, it was pardon me. It was Backyard Truckers live stream that I was in, of course. These creators have collaborated a couple of times, more than a few, I think. And then she just did a live stream a couple of days ago as well. So hopefully I'll catch you for the next one. They're on frequently, actually. And we got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So Trucker John is another channel I'm still getting to know, and we'll see what they've got going on. I'm just going to use my filters to make sure we get to the right channel. Trucker John's a little bit of a popular name here, but we're already subscribed, and our Trucker John has over 1,700 subscribers. Now is actually halfway on the road to 1,800. We always say you're on a road when you pass a 100 milestone. Thank you, Calico Panthers Catch a Deal. That's also 10 the sheep where you are, don't pass them by. That's Penny. We knew her as Kitty Mom Adventures, and she's another friend of what's getting close to 4 years now. Oh, pardon me, Izzy Scott Designs. Again, I don't know how many times I've done this to you. I skipped right over you. Izzy Scott Designs gifted a membership earlier. I should have put their channel up on the screen. I'm going to do that next. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. Wolves Den Outdoors, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. So Trucker John is a channel I'm still getting to know, and they're doing live streams every Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday from the looks of it. So they're close to the Las Vegas Strip, if I understand right. This is an interesting thumbnail for a channel. I heard of a place, I've never been to Las Vegas. I heard of a casino called Suckers, where every time you lose, the dealers and everybody kind of go like, oh, you're a sucker. I think it's awful. I wouldn't be able to take that for more than a minute, but it is kind of funny in theory. Trucker John shorts on the channel have gotten into 5,200, 6,500 views and beyond, and then videos on the channel are fairly frequent, so they're posting several times a week. I'm just going to grab one of the latest ones, and we'll see what I can find here through. So some of these are really, really short. I'll just take the latest one. It's quite short, but I'll put that in my catch-up list. That'll just give me another piece of content to watch, and then hopefully I'll catch you for one of those live streams. Trucker John's monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Love the Land Homestead. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Tamika Davis is here. Prez the Investor's been put on the wheel, of course. They happen to be a member. And Izzy Scott Designs is coming up right now. We knew this channel is Izzy Pop. They recently changed the name, but we recognize it very well because of their outstanding banner, avatar, and thumbnails on the channel. They have let us know that they expect to bring a lot of variety, but they're starting to expand their About section to let us know what they're going to bring for us, reviews and tutorials when it comes to digital art software. So I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I always talk about, where I keep caught up with creators, or try to. And then when we look at live streams on the channel, we see that they're live frequently as well. Typically, they've been live just about every day, and they've reset and restarted their channel recently, but they've already got 1,600 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 1,700 they're thinking about. They gifted a membership earlier, which was picked up by Jonathan Sturgill, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Izzy Scott Designs has done that countless times before. So hopefully everybody will connect to this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We'll get them moving towards the 1,700 subscribers that we know they're thinking about. I'll spin the wheel and we'll see who's next. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Roadhog is a fairly popular name for a channel as well. We just want to make sure while we're searching that we're letting YouTube know we're looking for a channel. You can do that with your filters, both on a computer or on a phone or tablet. And we can match the avatar and then know that this Roadhog, of course, our Roadhog, has 683 subscribers. Now, this creator lets us know on their About page everything in their videos was found in the trash. They've got quite a bit more information now, but what they started with was refurbishing and breathing new life into things that otherwise might have been passed by. They do a lot of scrap metal collecting and trading and work. And I've caught quite a few of their videos related to that. They've got a new tool teardown here, which is interesting to see. So I've got that video in my catch-up list. That's another one that I will be able to watch or run before the next live stream. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 4,600 and 4,900 views. And somebody left a Monster can there. How on earth could they do that? And I think that's, I don't know which flavor that is. I think it's the one that I drink, but it doesn't look like a green lid. I don't want to admit that I'd ever be addicted to anything, but every day is a double Monster day now, so I don't know how I'm ever going to get out of that. Roadhog as well is working on 700 subscribers. They've done a few live streams. We'll see if they're going to continue those, and they've been a loyal and dedicated supporter, a generous creator to say the least, for a very long time. Not sure if Roadhog's been with us for a year, but it could be getting there. And then Alone in Remote Alaska, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. We got a few friends from Alaska here. Roadhog 1987 is their handle. Yes, absolutely. So anybody can find them with that if you can't easily find the avatar by searching for Roadhog. But the more we search, find, and click on each other's names, the more we rise up the search results, and YouTube will eventually do a better job of predicting when we're looking for each other's channels, in this case, our beloved Roadhog. So Todd Projects is coming up in a second. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I think this August is going to mark the 18th anniversary for Metrosonic on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. Metrosonic's been a long-time friend. 4 of those monsters today, Roadhog. My dear goodness, I'm going to fall off my chair just thinking about it. I'm trying to cut down. I try to make sure that I don't drink ever more than 2, almost never. And then if I have a day where I don't have like to worry about too much, and I certainly don't have to stay up, let's just say I can go to bed like early if I wanted to, then I have only 1. But it's breakfast every day for the longest time. Oh, and Rick is a country singer-songwriter from Wolves Den Outdoors. And that's really, really cool. They've got panels where people can come and sing. Todd Project's got another video, so they just put something up. So this one, 4 minutes ago. I'm just going to grab my latest, pardon me, I'm going to grab your latest video, put that in my catch-up list, which is that playlist that I talk about all the time. The investors making me laugh. Yes, I should have invested in, I don't know who actually runs the company, but I think Coke distributes it now, at least in Canada. Canada warps a little bit, right? Because by the time a lot of stuff gets here, it's amalgamated into bigger distributors. But I think Coca-Cola distributes Monster here. And yeah, I got on those things a long time ago. I used to work in film right before I started in YouTube. As a matter of fact, I worked in film for 2.5, almost 3 years, I think it was. And in the film industry, everybody works 12-hour shifts, almost always, sometimes longer, usually 6 days a week as a minimum. 1 November, I actually worked all 30 days without any kind of a break or anything like that. And it started with rock stars for me. I think Coca-Cola does rock stars also, but I started with those, and somebody switched me over to Monsters. And when I discovered that, and I said, my goodness, this is like apple flavored pop. Are you serious? This is like the greatest invention ever in history. And they do too good of a job. I wish they didn't do such a good job, but eventually I'll get out of that stuff. And The Adventures of Kenny and Debbie, my dear goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that. That is a scary, scary thought for sure. And yeah, it makes me think I got to look a little more seriously at that. Todd Projects is up on the screen right now. 136 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 200 that we know that they're thinking about. Like I said, I took their latest video and put that in my catch-up list, but they're talking about outdoors, fishing, do-it-yourself related to the channel theme, and then some shorts on the channel as well have gotten into 700 views and beyond, one over 3,300. Which is great to see, and we get a little bit of mix of indoor content as well as outdoors there. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up in another moment here. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And John123, I almost looked at the wrong channel there, so forgive me for that. We're already subscribed to our John123. Now this one's got 42 subscribers, so it might be a little bit more difficult to find. I'll put the handle in the chat. But when we search, find, and click on each other's channels, that's really the best help we can give to each other, especially with names that are harder to find. The ones that are harder to find are the ones that need our help the most, as a matter of fact. So John123 is going to show us Niagara Falls from the Canada side, which is interesting because I happen to live there, although I split my time between Toronto and Niagara Falls. But it's a beautiful place to visit and to live. I love it there. Even though I grew up, was born, raised, and continue to work in Toronto. I do love Toronto. But John123 is going to show us some more of Niagara Falls, and I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's a video they just put up, as a matter of fact, a couple of hours ago, and they've been posting frequently, which is great to see. It's been good weather the last few days as well, so they've likely been able to catch quite a bit of good content. Shorts on the channel have now gotten into 600 views and beyond, so hopefully we'll see more of those, and then they'll continue to grow and push each other I actually had a friend, a longtime dear friend on YouTube, basically my YouTube BFF, which is Elevate with Vern. She came to visit last weekend, and just kind of to celebrate her birthday. She actually went back on her birthday, but she was here for a couple of days and spent a lot of time with myself and Kristen's daughter. But her and I, we did a lot of activities together. We went to the casino a few times. We ate a lot of meals. I don't miss many meals. And so we brought her around for that. We went to the Clifton Hill area, which people call like a mini Las Vegas. The reason why I talk about Niagara Falls so much is just because it's known as the honeymoon capital of the world. The Canadian side is a huge tourist destination. I was mistaken when I moved there. I thought it was one of the 7 wonders of the world. It's not officially. If there's 7 wonders of Canada, it would be included in that, but it really is a beautiful area, so I'm looking forward to more from John 123. And then when we look at Home Bartending with John, we see another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. This creator happens to be a silver member here in the Superchat family, which means we see their channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, whether or not they're here, even though Home Bartending with John is with us just about every day. This creator does a lot on their channel. The most compelling thing and what draws me to their content and their channel, I used to work in bars and nightclubs for most of my adult life, right before I started working in film. But while I had worked there, I did the tiniest bit of bartending. I was never a bartender, only did it if I had to. I could barely remember how to make anything. But Home Bartending with John's going to help with that because he teaches us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. We don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what John's got here, but he does show us what it takes to keep a bar like this replenished and the tools we're going to need behind the bar to make some of our favorite cocktails. One of the things that is so much of a standout feature on this channel, if we want to call it that, is the idea that John gives us different variations as well, because sometimes you get different recipes based on pop culture. It could be something in television, movies, or music, or just in different geographical regions. You might find that drinks are made in a different way, or he takes requests on his channel, as a matter of fact, and he's done a couple for me. In all my years of bartending, I had never heard of the trash can cocktail. We learned about it from a YouTuber friend in Tennessee, and then even my bartending friends a couple of years ago hadn't heard of it, so I asked John to do that as a tutorial, and now we know how to do that, which is great to see. So Home Bartending with John as well does a lot of collections. He could do comparisons or collections of cocktails, liquors, or liqueurs. Like, for instance, in his latest video, he did some comparisons of some different types of beers, most of which I would probably like. I don't drink very much, but when I do, you see a few of these labels here. If I can't have Corona, it'll be Modelo or Sol or even Dos Equis once in a while. This creator gives us a great idea as to whether we might like something in their product reviews before we go out and spend money on it to try it, which I love that idea. And then this creator as well, like I said, gets into collections, so low-calorie cocktails or non-alcoholic mocktails, for instance. Alicia Nicole, yes, the trash can cocktail is dangerous. There is a lot to that, lot of ingredients. And it ends up, a spoiler alert, it ends up with an upside-down Red Bull can in the top of it. So you get an idea. But it is something else for sure. But he did that as a request for me. He's done a couple of them. And thank you, Scratch and Pete PA. Before we get to Jennifer Ocean Homestead, I forget this every time for no reason at all. Let me just make sure I'm not going to miss Jennifer Ocean Homestead now. The Pipe Guy is an interesting second channel and another one of a kind from Home Bartending with John. So The Pipe Guy is a channel set up where this creator enjoys making industrial pipe lamps and other industrial pipe art on his channel, and you get an idea of what some of this is when you look at the shorts. which I think are unique. I hadn't seen that kind of thing before. He's got one video over here as well, making a Star Wars Sith Lord, and that's kind of cool and very unique for the channel. He's incorporated that into his banner too. I think that's really cool. So 33 subscribers over here. We'd love to push him towards that first 100. We know how important that is in everybody's YouTube journey. And then we'll look at Jennifer Ocean Homestead now. So Jennifer Ocean Homestead comes to us from New Brunswick, and this creator is going to bring us more homesteading and gardening goodness on her channel. She's got a couple new videos here. Why am I so behind in your videos? Is it just because you posted so many? I've probably got one of these in my catch-up list already. And then I've added another one here. It's just a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Jennifer Ocean Homestead is working on 300 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. You can see the impeccable job in organization. And mail call video. Yes, another happy mail video. I'm always happy to see creators collaborating with each other or sending each other different things. And then shorts videos on the channel have gotten into 7,000, even 10,000 views, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jennifer Ocean Homestead. You get quite a interesting story on the about page here as well. I was just reading the smallest bit there. And yeah, we've been through a few things in this channel, as a matter of fact. But Jennifer Ocean Homestead is also here just about every day. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. In another few minutes, we'll take another break. And I'll clear a few names off of the wheel for anybody that's on there that is not still in the chat. And I will add another name to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. Lake Erie Scratcher, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then thank you very much, Roadhog, for the share. I really do appreciate that. And let's look at our Georgia Suburban Homestead. So this creator's got a second channel as well. This is an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. This creator just went through a little bit of heart surgery there. So they are posting videos, which is great to see. I'm just going to take the latest one and put that in that playlist I keep talking about. But this creator, yeah, it's great to see you're back to posting with you. I don't even think you stopped, to be honest with you. Yeah, here we go. Yes, I thought they'd stopped for a moment, but yeah, not really. And then they got a video about that there. They're bringing a lot of homesteading goodness on their channel, as we can imagine. Actually, a family in Atlanta. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 5,800 and 10,000 views, which is great to see. They're working on 1,300 subscribers, and they've got another live stream that just came up a few days ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. I got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well, if that makes sense, if I said that right. I'm just going to look for their second channel here. I Died NDE, near-death experience is what they're talking about. Not only are they sharing their own stories on this channel, but looking for others to share their stories as well. It's been a while since they've posted here, but they're already at 53 subscribers. We'd love to see them a little bit closer to that first 100. We know it's an important and exciting milestone in everyone's YouTube journey, so we'd love to push them a little bit closer. We'll get one more channel ready to go, and we're a few minutes early, but what we'll do is we'll take another break right now. So like I said, I'll think about clearing a couple of names off of the wheel. Prez the Investor is coming up next. And so, thank you for that, Wolves Den Outdoors and P&J's Homestead Adventure. They always help put a lot of focus on the music channel there. I still am amazed when I look at what Scratch and PPA does in the chat, the conversations he has with people. You know, it's not just that Scratch and PPA is here all the time and literally for hours. I promise you, he supports every single thing I do on every single channel that I touch. And has for years now. We're getting on 4 years. But the biggest thing is that he's always paying attention. He cares very much about the YouTube journey, the Superchat family, his own community, the small YouTuber community in general. But I am constantly amazed. When we talk about the music in the background, and thank you for that, Matthews Bushcraft, thank you P&J's Homestead Adventure and Wolves Den Outdoors. I know a lot of people mention the music, so it's an interesting, I won't get into heavy story times today, but that's all ghost-produced music, right? There are services out there on websites like Upwork or Fiverr where you can hire people to do things that either you can't do or they would do a lot faster. I could probably hack a song together because I worked in the music industry along with bars and nightclubs and radio and everything. It's not that I'm a workaholic. I just loved doing all of those things. I love most of what I do most of the time. So I, work a lot. But when I was in the music business, I used to do what we call post-production, which is taking another artist's song, like Jennifer Lopez, Madonna, Justin Timberlake, any number, and then adding to it or changing it up so it's a little more dance floor friendly, if you want to put it that way. Lots of that stuff's on my personal channel. That's all commercial music. You don't want to put that in your music video, in the YouTube videos and things. But the music that we have here is all copyright-free music, all the stuff you hear in the background, including the intro song, the one that plays at the end, and the one that we hear in the breaks. The interesting thing about that is that when I was ordering that music, if we want to call it that, the producer had given me basically 3 versions of the same song. So instead of saying, no, I don't want that, you got to change it and everything else, I said, okay, I'll just keep it and we'll use them as remixes of each other. So this is why we hear the same thing over and over here. Pardon me, because the intro song and the one in the middle, in the breaks there, and the one at the end are all extremely similar. They're basically the same. And the rest of it, we've got over 60 tracks now, but all of that music, like I said, is available as copyright-free music. We've got a separate channel set up for that, and all of that music is published on all major music platforms as well. So iTunes, Deezer, Spotify, Tidal, it's literally everywhere. And anybody can use it. If you know how to rip it, just rip it. But most of the songs, and I intend on someday getting that cleaned up. We've got more music on the way, by the way. I have MP3 links at the bottoms of most of the descriptions of the music, at least for the earliest stuff, so it'll be easy for you to get. That's just a hint for the Tuberchat family here. But anybody can use that stuff, and like I said, it's published everywhere. In the music channel, we have a virtual 24-hour live stream. And so the point behind that is that other creators can use it as background for their own live streams. There's never any sound effects. There's never any talking. There's never even any singing. You'll notice all of our music is instrumental so that people can use it in the background of anything and never get spoken over, talked over, or sung over or anything like that. So that's just ideas. And Lake Erie Scratcher, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Yes, Scratch and PPA seems to be everywhere all the time. He is literally the reason why I use those words to describe him and a few other creators. And then, yeah, a lot faster because that's their expertise. Absolutely. Miss Kim's Bling Bar and more. So, for instance, I'll show you something else here, and then we'll get back to channels. So these stickers that I just had done, finally, 4 years after the start of Tuberchat. I know a lot of creators use, use stickers and swap them with each other. I actually just got one from Butler Family Farm the other day. And a few people have sent a few over, but people use these stickers, I am a graphic designer as well. And, you know, in my own opinion, quite talented, quite proficient. But Corinne's Life, who made these stickers, can do a better job of getting that text to go around the circle faster than me. I could have played around with that for hours and never been happy with it, or I could ask her to do it. She could do it lightning fast and then include it in the price of the stickers, right, as design. So we have to think about those kinds of things, right? And this is why I use services sometimes like Fiverr or Upwork, or I'll pay people to do things. And there's a bit of a hint in there. Some of you know that my full-time job, it consists, half of it anyway, of running YouTube channels or doing social media for other people, including a lot of graphic design. The hint in that is that you can get paid to do the things that you like to do. Not everybody likes every single thing that we have to do in our YouTube journey. That includes banners, it includes thumbnails, it includes SEO, it even includes editing or filming. And other people can either be paid to do that, or you can trade favors, or you can get paid to do the stuff if you'd like to. So that's just an idea. Yeah, Wheat's Art, Corinne's Life does stickers. Just Jason Keto and more. Got some from her recently. I have his, but I've put them away in a drawer here until I figure out where on earth I'm going to put them. I thought about getting a record crate. Some of you know that I still to this day buy vinyl records. Not very many, but I do a few times a year. And I thought about getting a new record crate so that I could put the stickers on it, because that's what people who collect vinyl records tend to do. But I might just get a sticker board, something like what we see from a lot of creators. I think Canadian Family Life was the one that I saw doing a few of those, actually. I could be mistaken. So let's get back to channels. Prez the Investor is here, and this creator, there's Lisa J. Stocks with him actually. This creator is going to talk to us about the ins and outs of investing when it comes to stock market, the stock market, or those kinds of products that are therefore related to the stock market. I know what I'm saying makes no sense, but I'm sure you get the idea. Well, I'm trying to find a creative way to talk about the channel. He talks about the stock market and talks about ways to invest, including technical aspects like dollar cost averaging, dividends, things like ETFs, where and also fractional shares. I've seen him repeatedly talking about fractional shares as well, which is a way that people can start to own stocks in companies where those stocks are quite expensive. Like for instance, Apple. I mean, but they've done a few different splits and things like that. That I'm not sure how many times they've split yet. But for instance, when a stock gets too valuable, like let's say $1,000 per share, the company might split their stocks 10-1 so that the price of the shares is only $100 now, and then everybody who owned, I don't know, let's say 25,000 shares now owns 250,000 shares. It doesn't make any difference. It's the same value in dollars, but it allows people who otherwise may not have been able to afford to get into buying those stocks now are able to enter, and we talk about barrier of entry for that kind of thing. Lisa J. Stocks, Prez the Investor are both going to do a much better job of talking about what I'm trying to describe. But these are just, small points to do with it. As well, Lisa J. Stocks just said that they'll talk about live options trading, for instance. So they talk about technical details, but they also talk about beginner tactics when we're thinking about investing either for the first time or adding to what we might consider a small portfolio. They talk about asset allocation as well, and they're very forthcoming about their own investment moves and portfolio. So I'm going to show these two channels together actually, because we learned about Prez the Investor from Lisa J. Stocks, and they're often found together. So you'll see that Prez the Investor posts frequently. They've got shorts on the channel as well. Some of these have gotten into almost 600 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. Sometimes Prez is by himself, sometimes he's got guests on there. Lisa J. Stocks been on there many times. And they've got a stream coming up tomorrow morning, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to show you Lisa J. Stocks right now because, like I said, these creators have collaborated many times. It's hard for me to talk about one without the other lately. Lisa J. Stocks is doing extremely well growing the channel right now, and she says she's going to talk about saving, investing, building wealth, and staying out of debt. And as you can see, she's going to talk about some of the similar ideas: passive income, dividend ETFs, and some technical aspects, but also beginner tips for things like maybe if we're going to try to motivate or inspire kids or our children or other family members or friends to start the idea. And then one of the things that they talk about is compound interest, which, you know, a lot of people can't say enough about. I've still got a few books to add to my collection up here, but these are all books. Half of them have to do with motivation, inspiration, or leadership and things like that. The other half have to do with personal finance, because I thoroughly believe that it is extremely important to get as much information out into the world as possible. Not enough is forced on us in our school systems. I won't rant about it, but you know what I mean. So you'll see I've got like the Rich Dad Poor Dad collection up there. Think and Grow Rich is there, although that's a little more motivating than anything else. But there's a few books that I turn to, like The Wealthy Barber, Richest Man in Babylon, and The Automatic Millionaire. Not that I always agree with every single thing that everybody ever says, right? We have to take everything with a grain of salt, but we take the best of what we learn, put it together, make our own ideas. And then shorts on Lisa J. Stocks' channel have gotten into 5,700, 7,500 views. Live streams on the channel have gotten into 2,200. My dear goodness. And then Lisa J. Stocks is found also with guests on the channel, and this is where, again, I can't help but talk about Prez the Investor. So hopefully everybody will connect with both of these creators, and I'm so happy to have a few channels now, a good handful, that are going to help us with our finances, because, you know, we all have that in common. But with monetization on 99% of our minds, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could maximize the impact of the revenue that's going to come in through that monetization? Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. You know, it's funny what you say, Alicia Nicole. Yes, learning how to balance a checkbook in school. I took an accounting class. I think it was in 11th grade, but I can't remember for the life of me. And I thought I was going to be an accountant because I thought that's how you run a company. But I didn't understand that not all accountants run companies, and not all companies are run by accountants, if that makes sense, right? And I don't think I lasted even 2 weeks in the class. They were talking about debits and credits, and I said, this has nothing to do with what I thought it was. So accounting is important, but there's, you know, a lot more to it in theory than the ideas of the simple technical aspects that we might hear. And then when we look at Wheatsart, yes, I believe everything, and I read everything I read, see, and hear on the internet. Absolutely, like what I say in product reviews and things like that. I tend to do technical or technology-related product reviews a lot of the time. So if let's say I unbox the Samsung phone and I put it on, I'll say, like, let's agree without reading the terms of service, of course, because that's always a fun thing to do. And yes, Wheatsart brings a lot of fun into everything that they do. They've been doing that for a long time here in Superchat. I'm always happy to have that kind of thing. But Wheatsart is an interesting channel for this creator because they bring a different kind of creativity here. So I'm just going to grab the latest video. They just put this out. I'm surprised I didn't see that already. But I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. And then we see a lot of art and even talk about art supplies like the drawing tools that they use. So we get an idea of some of the creativity from Wheat's Art here on this channel. At 112 subscribers, they've already got some shorts that have moved into over 2,000 views, almost 3,000 actually. And then yes, this creator is here with us frequently as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with them if you haven't already. We'd love to push them towards that 200 subscribers. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. I'm just going to show you Wheat and Shaw. This is this creator's original channel. And Wheat and Shaw brings more variety and comedy. So I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos and I'll put that into my catch-up list. I won't bother reading the title of that video, but shorts on the channel have gotten into 5,000 views and beyond. Live streams over here are somewhat frequent. Yeah, so they've been doing these really frequently lately, at least the last few days. So hopefully everybody will connect with Wheat and Shaw and Wheat's Art. And then we're going to look at Canadian family life and her husband, Chris's creation fun in a moment. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I realized what it was much later in life after working on a lot of different things. So I have interest, of course, in personal finance, money, investing, and things like that. But it's statistics and trying to push things a little bit farther forward, if that makes any sense. I'll give you an example. When I worked in the bar industry, so I used to be a DJ for many, many years. And then I started becoming a manager and then eventually running the last place that I worked at, which was a fairly large nightclub. I was responsible for 2 out of 4 floors that held 1,500 people. And the idea would come up, you know, the owners of these places didn't have to say anything. I was always happy to try to improve the businesses for which I worked. That goes for everything, anywhere I ever worked, right? But what would happen is we would discover, let's say that people in 1990, whatever it was, were spending $22 a head in liquor or drinks during a night, right? We could do the math and figure that out. Then I'd say, okay, now we got to figure out how to get that to $23 a head, because we're already spending the money, effort, and doing the work to get the people in the door. How do we maximize when they're here? In a responsible way, but how do we get that done? So this is what I mistook for the idea of accounting when I was a very young lad. But I always knew that I wanted to be either running projects or small companies and things like that, even as a child. So alone in remote Alaska, what we're talking about when we think about swapping playlists, it's a simple agreement between you and another creator to run an entire playlist of their videos. They agree to run an entire playlist of yours as well, and you can imagine the benefits that come from that. First of all, when a lot of different creators run an entire playlist of your videos, your watch hours are going to start to move pretty quickly. But as you trade favors with creators, by swapping playlists, you have the opportunity to start a friendship with them. Therefore, you will start favoring them. They will likely start favoring you. And this is where your watch hours grow exponentially, because they will be there to catch most of what you're going to come up with or come out with over the next long period of time, hopefully years, right? This is where your watch hours grow exponentially. There's a couple of extra benefits even for monetized channels. When somebody runs an entire playlist of your videos, they're running every video from beginning to end, which can bump up the averages for retention on your channel, average time viewed per video, or average percentage viewed, if that makes sense. And then as well, yes, like I said, you have the chance to start a friendship. and this is the biggest reason why I push it here so much. So anybody's free to make those arrangements here in the chat, or you can swap Instagrams and get over there and have a conversation about it as well. So if anybody needs me to elaborate, by all means, just please say so in the chat, and I'll talk about it a little bit more. But it's pretty simple stuff, to be honest with you, and with great benefit. So Canadian Family Life is up here. You recognize the creator on this channel as Tiffany. They've recently had a banner and avatar update, which look beautiful, actually. This is from a channel, I believe, called Critter Creek. And then Canadian Family Life is one of the fastest growing channels in the Superchat family that we've seen in the last 4 years. They've just been at this for, what is it, a year and 3 months now, or a year and 4 months, something like that. And they've already got over 3,200 subscribers, which is great to see. I believe that the biggest reason for that is because Tiffany is so unbelievably supportive to other creators. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here too and put that into that special playlist that I used to keep caught up with creators. Sorry, I missed that. I miss all these videos. I don't know why I'm not catching them if you're dropping them as premieres. But then, because like I said, I've got notification bells on for every channel. This is a family that's from New Brunswick. Now, Tiffany is the one making the videos, but there's lots of family togetherness here, and the other family members are often featured in the videos. They bring grocery hauls, cooking videos, container gardening, Happy Meal, shout-outs, pardon me, for other creators as well. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,500 and 5,500 views. And then when we get into live streams over here, we see that Canadian Family Life goes on approximately once a month. So we'll just keep that notification bell on and hopefully catch them the next time. I see they're doing a multicam setup there too. That's easy to do with StreamYard, actually. Where a lot of creators will do this, they're either streaming on a phone or a computer or a tablet, what have you, and then using a second device, but jumping into their own live stream so that they can give a multicam setup. Pretty cool as an idea and a feature. But it's great to see Canadian Family Life using that. Tiffany, like I said, is very recognizable because she's been featured on many other creators' channels in StreamYard panels as well. So I'm just going to get her husband's channel ready to go for a second here as well. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So I'm getting quite a few names onto the wheel right now. Ms. Kim's Bling Bar and More is on the wheel. Feathered Friends Homestead is there. Matthew's Bushcraft is going to be added right now. And then I'll try to get to a couple more. As long as everybody's active in the chat, we will be able to get to quite a few more channels today. We're a little bit early. We're going to take another break in another moment here. Now, Chris's Creation Fun is Tiffany's husband from Canadian Family Life. This creator started with 3D printing and has expanded into some do-it-yourself videos, fixing the 3D printer and working on some solar equipment. 100 subscribers, so they officially have it now. I think they were sitting at 99 on the last live stream. So we know that that's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. We're glad to see that Chris's Creation Fun has caught that. Chris and his wife Tiffany are never too far behind each other, and they're out supporting other creators all the time. Shorts on this channel have started to move into close to 400 views, so hopefully we'll see more of that from Chris's Creation Fun, and he's promised more variety on the channel as well. So I'll spin. We'll get one more channel up right now before we go for another break, and I'm going to play another clip from that podcast series in a second as well. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So Big Family Expedition is another channel. We've got two of these now that I can think of in the Tuber Chat family, specifically working on a bus, turning it into an RV. But Big Family Expedition, while I still have quite a bit to get to know about the family and their journey, what I've got from their About page already is the idea that they were living on the road. And it's a quite a large family actually, but they've added another family member, so they kind of settled in one spot for a while, and then they're planning to hit the road again. So they're working on this bus right now as a conversion and taking us through that journey. Now, Big Family Expedition is another creator who just found the Tuber Chat family within the last month or two and has been here for just about every live stream. I know not everybody can be, and I know not everybody can be here for hours every time we stream. I promise you I appreciate every moment, but just once in a while I like to recognize when I see that creators are, here frequently and supporting other creators. So Big Family Expedition is working on 700 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They've got some shorts here. One of these is already over 10,000 views, which is great to see, and then live stream. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I haven't caught one yet, but I've got the notification bell on, like I keep saying, for every single channel. So let's spin the wheel. So I'm going to play one more clip right now from that podcast series that's coming up. These are interviews with creators. The conversations for each one have gone well beyond an hour, a couple of them closer to 2 hours. The first 3 episodes are recorded. The first 2 episodes are published. I'm recording the 4th episode on Monday, if I'm right. So early next week, we'll be able to have even more clips from another creator in the series, and I've got the 5th one lined up. As soon as we can nail down a date, I'll record that. These are all creators who have been in the Tuber Chat family for a few years now and have all passed their 10,000 subscribers. Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it. So it'll be another like 8 years. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit. And people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, you know, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage,
Yes.
and that you're basically making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too.
Yeah.
Each person, yes, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
All right, we're back and looking at Feathered Friends Homestead. So I got a few names on the wheel here. We'll see what we can do about getting to any more, as long as everybody's in the chat and active, then I'll be able to see you. So Lake Erie Scratcher, I'll get you onto the wheel right now. We can't always get to every single channel, but we get to as many as we can during a live stream. We can stay up to another half hour if everybody would like. So Feathered Friends Homestead is another longtime friend. I see that they've got a May 2024 garden tour, and all from seed, which is really interesting because, you know, like somebody like myself has a lot to learn from our homesteading and gardening friends about how to grow a lot of different things, but there's a big difference between getting seeds and starting from scratch than there is going to the store. Like somebody like my father gets a lot of plants, but they're already long started, right? And then just keeps them going if he can. So Feathered Friends Homestead's going to show that to us. They bring a lot of outdoor content. Once in a while they take us inside as well, as lots of our homesteading friends do. Kim, Chuck, and their Chihuahua Peanut are here. 533 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 600 that they're thinking about. And Feathered Friends Homestead has got 1,500 views on a couple of these shorts videos, which is great to see. And then hopefully everybody will connect to them, push them towards that 600, and I'll be looking forward to seeing what they've got in their garden tour. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So next up is Alicia Nicole. Now, the last live stream I said that I was going to take one of your videos and put that into my watch later list. And I just want to show you it's likely still there. I think we saw it earlier today. There it is right there, Exploring Houston Art. I usually get through that between every live stream, and I must have not done that, so forgive me for that. But I will get to that video. I will subscribe as I promised. But for today, I'm going to take another video, the second latest one that you've got here. I'm going to put that in my other playlist, which I also will likely watch or run in the next couple of days. The way that I deal with that catch-up playlist that I talk about is that you can order the videos in a playlist simply by dragging them around. Actually, why don't I just show you what I'm talking about, and then I'll come back to the channel. So if I go to playlists and I go to my catch-up playlist, right? It's just a fun name for this playlist. You'll see that I've run a lot of videos here, but it stopped right on Canadian Family Life there. I think I paused it. I often switch accounts and things like this. And you'll see that what I've done is ordered this list from the shortest video to the longest. What that allows me to do is when I have a half an hour that I can literally sit and watch videos, then I can watch the maximum number. This is how I get through so many videos. I can watch like 20 in an hour. And then the longer stuff like live stream replays get run towards the end. Now you'll see a lot of videos have been added from today, so these are all out of order, but then all I have to do is grab them and start moving them around like this, and I can very easily start to reorder my playlist based on shortest to longest. So that's what I'll do after the stream today, and then again, I'll have the opportunity to watch as many videos as possible within the first half hour, and let the rest run. So Alicia Nicole says their taco videos is part of a collaboration with other YouTubers, which is great to see. So I'll be looking forward to seeing that. And this creator says they're an actress and an MC, and they they showcase their life experiences, their career as an actress and MC, their travels, and fun places to eat. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that mixture of content. They've got shorts over here that have gotten into 400 views and beyond, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel. They've already started one of these, so hopefully we will catch them for one of those, and after I subscribe, I'll have your notification bell on like I do for all creators. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up on the screen. There's a few ways to order your playlists, and when you're in a playlist, like especially one that you want to present on your channel of your own content for people to watch or run or binge watch, if we want to call it that, you can order your videos from the most popular to the newest to the oldest, things like that. There's lots of tools in there, but you can also manually drag things around, so that's just something that's kind of cool to know. Ms. Kim's Bling Bar and More. I think this is a brand new channel for Tuber Chat, so I don't watch videos or pardon me, I don't subscribe or watch videos while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos here, I'll take this 8-minute one, and I'm going to put this into my watch later list. That's a special playlist that we all have, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week, and we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Lucy Warren's World, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Lake Erie Scratchers coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. We got quite a few lottery ticket scratching channels in the Tuber Chat family. It's a huge genre and category. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, and this is the first time we're looking at this channel on the screen here. So I'm going to take one of your latest videos. I'll take this one because it's a few minutes longer than the other. I'll put this in my I'll put this in my watch later list. And what that will allow me to do again is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up and I'll subscribe. As I do for all creators, I'll put that notification bell on so that our connection will stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week, but we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Pamsky's Crafty Heart is coming up right now. And then Jonathan Sturgill, it's okay, we're almost done and we're actually early tonight. But thank you for that. Yeah, that's okay. I probably do sound tired, but it's not that I'm like dying exhausted or anything. It's just that our work season has started and I was outdoors today. And this is the first time I've been out for several hours right in the sun. In Canada, of course, we get all 4 seasons, and I was in Toronto today. So I forget how hot it was, if it was 26 degrees or 27, something like that. But it was the first time we were doing work with the sun just beating right down on us. Actually, if I show you my receding hairline, you can probably see a little bit of color change there as well from the sun that I got. But that's just something that I'll get more used to as the days go on. I actually enjoy like the fresh air, being outside. I do horrible work that I wouldn't wish on anyone, but like asphalt, concrete, we paint lines in parking lots, things like this. But I'm happy for the exercise, even though it's limited what I actually do. But the fresh air and the sun and things like that are good. It just takes a few days to get used to after I've been sitting in a chair for 4 or 5 straight months, of course, right? Pamsky's Crafty Heart is here with 865 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards the 900 she's thinking about. I'm just going to grab another prize video that she's got here. I'm always happy to see creators collaborating. I actually caught Pamsky's Crafty Heart for a live stream again the other day. I've caught her many times. She wants to connect creators together. She'll invite everybody to meet each other whenever you catch her for a live stream on her channel. And Pamsky's Crafty Heart says crochet is her passion. She's a self-taught crocheter and a lefty. She makes baby blankets, scarves, shawls, and more, and she donates a lot of what she makes. When we look at shorts on the channel, we see that she's gotten into 16,000 views on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams, she's got quite a few coming up. I've got notifications on for a few of these, and it looks like she's going to be on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from the look of it. So hopefully everybody will connect with Pamsky's Crafty Heart, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Cabaret Gaming is in the house. I put them on the wheel right away. They happen to be a member. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So actually, Jonathan Sturgill came up right away there. This creator wants to help us with music. Now, first of all, he's going to help us learn how to play guitar. But secondly, he is going to show us a lot of instrument and gear reviews and comparisons. And he's been keeping up on all the new technology changes, both in software and in hardware, and can give us some insight as to what we can expect in the music industry for the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years. That's just my personal opinion from the videos that I've seen on the channel. Now, Jonathan Sturgill does a great job on his About page of letting us know exactly what to expect, including those in-depth gear reviews and comparisons. He's got some shorts over here and lately doing a lot of guitar playing and teaching. These have now gotten into over 1,000 views, which is great to see. Now, Jonathan Sturgill also came to us with about 5,000 subscribers, so he's working on 5,100 now. And then Product Scope is another channel where he wants to give us product reviews. Typically, I've seen him work on a bit of software so far. There's a couple of shorts on the channel already. He's got 50 subscribers, halfway to the first 100, and then doing things like showing us whether AI might be able to actually clone our voice, talking about Google Ads, and then talking about animation. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that variety on Product Scope. And Jonathan Sturgill's another creator who's here typically every day. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Matthew's Bushcraft is coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Matthew's Bushcraft is an interesting channel that says learn survival skills with me, but when we look at their About page, it says survival skills that people of all ages can learn. And then they talk about preparedness on the channel as well. And there's lots of reason to get involved in a lot of that kind of idea. We've got a few of our homesteading friends that are helping us with some prep. And this creator is going to help with some of that. They also bring shorts onto the channel. These have gotten into 2,100 and 2,800 views. Matthew's Bushcraft posts occasionally, but they've already got 120 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 200 we know that they're thinking about. I just dropped a link there. That's for our copyright-free music channel. I talked about it earlier, but all the same music in the background of Superchat is available as copyright-free music that anybody can use. We've got a virtual 24-hour live stream that runs over there. You're free to connect with creators the same way we do here. Cabaret Gaming is a longtime friend of almost 4 years now, probably as excited about Grand Theft Auto 6 next year as I am. Cabaret Gaming mixes up a lot of different video gameplay on the channel, both in video shorts and streams. They post every single day, and of course they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And yes, as a matter of fact, Matthew's Bushcraft, I remember a couple of different things. I remember being snowed in here in Toronto once for a couple of days almost, and then I remember once, a lot of people will remember, it's probably getting on 15 years now, but somewhere between 10 and 15 years ago, it could be longer. I think somebody said it was 2003, maybe I'm mistaken, but it was a 3-day outage across the entire eastern seaboard in North America where the power went out. And after the first couple of days, we started, like, everybody was taking the meat out of the freezers and stuff like that because we didn't know when the power was going to come back on. So these are just ideas, but people like Matthew's Bushcraft can help us prepare just in case, different types of things happen. They may not be things we think about every day. Cabaret Gaming, like I said, brings shorts, videos, and live streams. They've done really well over here, getting into 45,000 and 64,000 views on a couple of their shorts on this channel. They got live streams over here, and they're live almost every day. So they got their first anniversary of monetization coming up in a little while. That's in another month or two, and I've got notification on for that, even though I've got the notification on for the channel. And then when we look at Cabaret Vlogs and Adventures, Oh, 2003 was 20 years ago. every story in my life is 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 15 years ago, things like that. Cabaret Vlogs and Adventures is over 1,200 subscribers, working on 1,300 now, and they've got quite a few videos here that encompass a few different technical tips and tricks and tutorials. So they got a new video coming up in a couple of days, and they got a few bar chart races here lately, as well as shorts on the channel. These have started to move, and then they've got live streams over here as well. They're just chasing some watch hours, so anybody can reach over there and offer to swap playlists. So thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for hours every time we stream. Like I said, I dropped a link a couple of times for that copyright-free music channel. If anybody wants to continue connecting with each other, we can head over there. And I'll join you in a moment. I'm going to put one more channel up just for a quick second here, because they're a longtime friend. Puppet Short Films is somebody who does a spectacular job filming and editing. And 15,000 subscribers over here. So I hope everybody will connect with them. They've been doing a lot of work on Instagram as well. I think I see their reels come up. And then they've got some shorts on their channel as well. You're getting an idea just from the thumbnails about what's going on here. Look at these, 100,000, 150,000, 180,000, which is no surprise because we've known them a long time, and they've been doing great work all the time that we've known them. Hopefully everybody will connect with Puppet Short Films, and thank you for coming in again. We'll see everybody in a couple of days. We expect to be back on Thursday. I'm unsure of a start time, but I'll get on as quickly after 9 p.m. as possible, and I will only cancel it or move it if I absolutely have to, but we expect to be on. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Scratch and Pete PA. I don't know if the Stock Explorer might still be listening, or any of our other moderators, but thank you all again, especially for these late nights, and we'll see everybody again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.